Hello. At the time of recording, my team and I spend over $14 million a year across hundreds of different Amazon accounts. And one thing we notice is that sometimes Amazon accounts hit a wall. They stop growing. They can't get any more revenue than they're getting right now. And the number one culprit for this is not that they're running bad ads. It's not that the listings are bad. It's not that there's anything wrong with the founder in particular. It's not that they've lost their mojo. They just need to add more products. Because if you think about it, products only have so many keywords they can rank for before that's it. You can only optimize a listing so well. After a certain point, it's just easier to grow by adding an additional SKU. That's it. It's not rocket science, unless you're selling some rocket science products, in which case it's literally rocket science. It's just that simple. So what I want to do was sit down as if you and I were looking at some different products in our office, different products to sell, different product opportunities. And one thing that I think is really underutilized, a category these days that people should get into, industrial and scientific. I'll say it again and again. We're going to look at some examples. I like industrial and scientific because they haven't been private labeled to death. The competition is mostly these older businesses, legacy businesses that don't know how to play the Amazon game specifically, so you can come in and optimize and outperform against those. They also tend to be not very seasonal. The price points tend to be higher, which is great because, again, as we always talk about, we're looking for a price point between $30 and $300. It falls in that discretionary range, but it's high enough where you'll make some margin even after Amazon fees, after cost of goods, after cost of advertising, all that stuff. So I just plucked out a few categories here. We'll take a look around. I was looking just at the lab stuff to start off with, and I stumbled across this page. Right, so I'm a couple pages deep at this point. I'm into, as an industrial and scientific, lab and scientific, and lab supplies and consumables. I was originally looking for a consumable because you can get recurring revenue from consumables. A consumable is just something you use once and then you're done with it, and then it can be used again, like a supplement or a lot of this testing equipment. The first sponsored result here is not a consumable, but here you have these. Again, it's an ad. Um, I might look at the jewelry cleaner. That might not be the worst thing. Um, and again, the only thing to watch out for, well, one of the major things in industrial and scientific is not to incur any excessive liability. You don't want something that could easily hurt someone, or something where it could go too awry and cause um, damage. You want something that's produces a nice, reliable result for customers every time. What is this here? Oh wow. Okay, interesting. Well, it turns out you need different types of swabs for equipment. I mean, I guess they're sort of taking a consumer angle here, but 500 cleaning swabs. Hmm. Hard to differentiate. I don't love it. Enjoy your life. What is this? what, what am I looking at right now? Um, yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it. It's just hard to differentiate something that's such a commodity, and you have to sell a lot to get to that $34 price point. Moving on. Sample bags. Okay. Okay. Take a look around here. Hmm. Let's go. Lab sample bags. Anything here that we could do? This is not the worst. The market looks a little small. Um, but again, you see what I was saying about the lack of optimization when it comes to when it comes to the industrial and scientific products. I mean, you could never get away with this if you had, a bamboo cutting board. But just because you're in something a bit more obscure, you can perform decently without a terribly optimized listing. I mean, sure, there's a few photos, but they're not particularly compelling. Um, that's a look, it's a possible one. It's possible. Let me look here and see. I'm trying to look to see what people were dissatisfied with comes to the uh, when it comes to the product, to see if there's any glaring omissions in the market there. It's very strange that the reviews on this one don't seem to be particularly visible. Anyways, I don't love that either. Let me check out this. This is probably really competitive, or at least more so. Oh, there's that one that we saw earlier. One in particular. I guess you get in the lab, you need a sterile environment. Tons of folks wear glasses. Take them off, put them in this, put them back on. They're sterilized like that. This could be okay, actually. I mean, the price is right. Small, shippable. Does rely on some tech, so you'd want a very reliable delivery every time. The good old Magnasonic. Absolutely. But died after 7 months. Multiple runs to get results. Good while it lasted. Okay. Handy, but not that handy. Cleaning diamonds. Cage is too small. So with something like this, yeah. I'll show you a trick here. This is a Chat GPT. Below are a series of Amazon reviews. Um, take a look at them and find the common complaints that customers have about the product. And then I will just go through here and take some. Breaking down, didn't clean as effectively. Pressure performance. Okay, well, one thing's for sure, we're not going to uh, what appeared to be the most painful problem that customers were experiencing. You tell me. The durability, yeah. I saw that more than other things as well. And I look at the 3-star reviews because they really wanted to like it, and it's a balanced review. The 1 stars, you're always going to get 1 stars, but those people sometimes, you know, maybe sometimes could be the type of folks that aren't happy with anything, or they had a particularly bad batch of product, or what have you. But the 2 and the 3 stars, tend to be pretty reasonable. and they wanted to like and enjoy the product, but they just had some issues. So yeah, I think we could pitch this as being either for a specific item, like either specifically glasses or specifically jewelry or specifically diamonds. You'd want to check a keyword research tool and see, okay, how much search volume does that have for that particular term, and then we could have one made with a particular opening just to clean that sort of thing. Um, so that's not bad. That's not bad. It's not the worst, and we know that it's not terribly durable. It tends to break down, so we might actually have room for a premium offering. We could even double the price and keep it running for a long time. This looks like a boombox speaker from 1999, anyways. So we could probably build it more. We could just build it in a sturdier way. So okay, that's not the worst thing. I like the testing stuff. Sure, hot plate. That's one to look at. Would be this. Again, I like the price point. This thing stirs at 2,000 RPM. It's no joke. 1,500. What accounts for the big discrepancy in price? Oh, okay, it's just a part. Okay, interesting. Yeah, this is an us versus them comparison. Just watch the commercial for the original Snuggie on YouTube, and you'll see a great example of an us versus them comparison. But um, yeah, more capacity. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Okay, so this is another setup that I might look at just for folks who have to stir stuff really really quickly. Love the price point. You don't have to sell many of these in a month to to do quite well. And sure, the market's smaller, but it's also less competitive. What's your cogs going to be on this, right? $100, maybe 150. Say it's even 150, right? My goodness, you're still in the clear selling it at 550. This one's so much cheaper though. 200. Anything that goes below. So, okay, no. All right, that's $70 and reviewed well. I guess it's just less capacity, right? Yeah. Yeah, so that's another good one. Right, and then you have the magnets to go inside. Fantastic. Let's look at one more. Let's go pH testing. Hmm. Price points are low. I don't like it. Maybe this. Actually, liquid's a nightmare to ship and spillage and stuff. I wouldn't recommend it. Okay. Okay, so a couple there to consider. Not very high liability, decent price point can get the price point up there. Look at the competitor reviews, see what's missing. And in the in certain cases you can find a wide open gap in the market with ChatGPT. Like you'd probably want to do that for a few different products, and especially if all the customer grievances were the same. My goodness, you can just jump right on that. And again, these guys don't go out of their way to optimize the listings. They're less competitive, and like they're not as optimized as some of the more competitive spaces out there. Right? It's really it's a different game with these guys. So Yannick aside, these guys have obviously done their homework. If you want a guide on exactly how to optimize the listings once you get them up there, I wrote a free book and I'll drop it in the comments of this video. So I'll see you there on the other side, and thanks for watching.